I was reading, so it's fascinating reading. I don't have it in front of me. I went out because of a story in the Washington Post. They're all upset, the Washington Post, over Obama's foreign policy. They're embarrassed. And they've got an editorial that pretty much spells out why they're embarrassed. The deal on the verge of being made with Iran that would allow Iran to nuke up this half-baked effort against ISIS and al-Qaeda linked terrorism anyway. The Washington Post very concerned about it. I went back and I got their endorsement editorial in 2008, and it is a joke. The Washington Post editorial endorsing Obama talked about how competent he was in foreign policy and how we had never seen anybody with his qualifications before. I'm not making it up. We had never seen anybody with his qualifications before. He had the perfect temperament to restore respect and admiration, love for the United States. He was an intellectual but was not off-putting. He was in a stratosphere all by himself, but did not make people who weren't with him in that stratosphere feel uncomfortable. It was the most god-awful, puke-inducing endorsement you would ever read. And it was totally made up. They couldn't possibly have known all of this about Obama. Nobody knew anything about him back then. And they didn't care. He was a blank canvas, and they could make of him what they wanted him to be. And they did. And now they've got this editorial today that when you juxtapose the two, it's hilarious. If it weren't so damn serious, it would be hilarious. Because here are these liberals in the editorial board of the Washington Post, smarter than everybody else and more caring, all that rot gut stuff, this superiority complex they run around with, and they have all of these assumptions, like David Brooks thinking Obama's going to be a great president because of the crease in his slacks. I mean, it's silly, silly stuff. The Superman characteristics that they attached to Obama. I mean, it was clear that these people were groupies. And they were groupies of a blank slate. They were groupies of an empty suit. And now they are worried. I'm telling you, these highfalutin intellectuals who all believe themselves to be foreign policy experts, national security experts, they're scared to death. They've got a guy who doesn't know what he's doing or he doesn't care. And a lot of it has to do with his prayer breakfast speech. But even before that, as I said, a half-baked effort to tackle militant Islamic terrorism, to not even properly identify it. They are worried about